So Ben Hammersley,
Yes.
is this right pronounced?
Ben Hammersley, yes, that's right. That's right.
Who are you? What are you doing? Surprise,
Who am I?
surprise.
I'm I do many things. I'm the editor-at-large of Wired magazine, and I'm an advisor to the British government and to the European Commission, and I work with the internet around the world.
Yeah. So since we're doing this interview for We Magazine,
Yes.
how has your understanding of We changed since the rise of the internet? Has it changed at all?
It's such an interesting question. Yes, of course it's changed, because I think, well, it's very difficult for me to talk about this because I've been online and part of the online community before the web, so maybe since I was maybe 10 years old. So I'm
not going to ask you how old are you now, but
I'm 35. So
you're almost as long as I am on the web.
Exactly, and so I don't really remember what it was like to not
being
be online. So it's difficult to talk about it personally, but I think individually communally, as a group, as a generation, whatever. I think what's happened is that we have extended our mental borders massively far out, and we found that we have a lot more in common with people in other countries or other cities that we wouldn't have been able to find. We wouldn't have been able to know those people or find out our connections between those people before the internet. Which means that our social circles are now geographically independent. I have very good friends who I very rarely see geographically, physically face to face, but who I talk with, interact with on a daily basis. And it's created a whole new type of social group. A social group who are very much in contact with each other daily, hourly even, certainly very regularly, but are not physically in contact with each other very often at all.
But go ahead.
That's an incredibly powerful thing, because what the internet has given us is the hope and the understanding that no matter how unique you think you are, no matter how specialist your particular interest,
there are others out there.
Then there are other people out there, and so that's been incredibly powerful, not just for developers or other intellectual things, but when we talk about illnesses or different sexualities or different religions or however else you want to create a circle of friends or circle of acquaintances or circle of contacts, there are other people out there.
So what kind of implications does this have, for example, for education or the field you mentioned you're working in, politics?
Yeah.
I mean, how can you be a political advisor, at the age of 35? Aren't they laughing at you?
It's the moustache. It does. It works very well. No, they're mostly scared of me, to be honest with you.
Because of your size.
Because of my size. Yes, because of the dreadful facial hair. No, it can have positive and and negative connotations, of course. The positive connotations are obviously that it can be you can create very supportive communities, and it can create very useful groups that can learn from each other and push each other on. But they might be learning from each other and pushing each other on in directions that the rest of society doesn't want to go. So it might be educational things, or it might be, it might be for the positive stuff, or it might be for bad things.
Yeah. So one more question is, you just said you've been to the Arab world. How do you see that? Can we connect all these dots, what was going on in the Arab world, what's now going on with the Occupy movement, and all these other kind of little things which are happening around the world? How can we connect these dots and really, build something bigger you were talking about?
I think you can connect them. You can definitely connect them in that they've all encouraged each other,
Guess
both
so, yeah.
from a morale point of view, but and they've all shared tools and shared techniques, which is a very, very useful thing. Where we go from here, how do we push that on to create real change, is the big question. And I think everybody has different answers to that question, but what we're able to do online is bring all those answers together and examine them and then work out what to do next. So do I have an answer? No, but do I know how to get that answer? Yes.
What time frame do you think we are talking about?
For the rest of our lives.
Very promising.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you.